welcome to this video. Today we are going to discuss the 10 theoretical dimensions. The first 3 dimensions will be very easy for us to comprehend, as they are part of our everyday lives. After the third dimension we will begin to encounter new dimensions, ones that we have never before experienced. We will begin with the first dimension. I would like you to imagine a point. A point does not have size to it. It shows a location. Now draw another point and connect it with a line. This is the first dimension. Now, I would like you to draw a line intersecting the previous line. You now have your second dimension. A 2-dimensional world. A plane. Beings in this plane cannot perceive a 3-dimensional world. To them a 3-dimensional world would look like a plane. Now draw a line that is skewed to the line that you drew before. You now have your third dimension, a 3-dimensional world. Our dimension. In this dimension we now experience depth. Before we move on to the fourth dimension, I would like to point out that in these 3 dimensions time moves in only one direction, and that is forward. The fourth dimensional world experiences time in both directions, forward and backwards. This means that beings that live in this dimension can go back in time. The fifth dimension has different timelines. This means that if you draw an arrow symbolizing time, and then you draw arrows coming out of that arrow, the new arrows that you drew would symbolize the timelines. The problem is that beings in the fifth dimension cannot switch timelines. That is where the sixth dimension comes in. Beings in the sixth dimension can bend the fifth dimension and go into different timelines. The seventh dimension is the sixth dimension with infinite timelines put into a point. Another version of an infinite sixth dimension from a different universe is put into a point and then connected by a path or line. This is the seventh dimension. Connections between 7 dimensions, for example via a portal or a wormhole, would be the 8th dimension. The 9th dimension is the connections of 8 dimensions. The 10th dimension is the intersection of all these paths.